Hey everybody, it's Charlie from DM Sound, and today we've got the sound system demo on the 2025 Honda Civic Sport and its 8-speaker sound system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the very basic infotainment screen works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, controls, speaker locations, and then we're going to head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to listen to the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And if you want to hear even more on the system, sign up below to become a Daily Motor member. I'm going to record a members-only sound test tonight using real requested tracks by other Daily Motor members. So if you want to get more of an impression of the system and help support the channel, check the link below. And I recommend listening with headphones so you can hear exactly what I hear from the driver's seat. But before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Yes, the highest trim you can get without getting a hybrid, now, although I guess ignoring the Civic Si, the Civic Sport Sedan. This one coming in about $27,000, giving you this 8-speaker sound system. The base car would get you only 4 speakers, and then the Sport Touring Hybrid would get you the Bose. So if you do want to see more on this kind of middle-level Civic, I'm not going to say Goldilocks because I really don't think it's the right one for most people. But if you want to see more on it, check the link below. We've got our full review as well as a little highway fuel economy test. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory default, so let's take a look at those now. Very basic screen here in the Civic Sport. We've just got essentially your phone, your media, and if you plug in, then you have then you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But we're on the media screen now. Let's go over here to menu and then sound settings. You're greeted with adjustments for bass, mid-range, and treble. Let's go through those. Pretty good range of adjustability there, not too hard to do. Coming back, then you have a front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance adjustment. And lastly, a speed volume compensation, so as you get going faster, the music will get louder to compensate for wind, engine, and road noise. And that's it for audio adjustments. For audio controls here in the Civic, you have a nice volume knob. It's in good reach for the driver and okay for the passenger. Nice clickage as well, always appreciate that from these newer Hondas. You also have a volume rocker on the left side of the steering wheel. For track selection, you got physical controls here below the volume knob. Like to see that, as well as physical controls over by the volume adjustment on the left side of the steering wheel, where they belong. Audio inputs here in the Civic. You have AM, FM, Sirius no Sirius XM satellite radio, right? Just AM, FM, yep. And we have HD radio support. It doesn't seem like we do. Right, so no HD radio, no Sirius XM. Okay, you've got Bluetooth, USB-C port, and support for wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, like I said, no HD radio, no... man, I keep blanking. It's a slow day today. No HD radio, no Sirius XM, no USB-C port, so make sure A port, so make sure you have an adapter here if you want to use that. And no wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And that's a bummer for me, because if you're using a car as a commuter, you're just going to want to hop in, leave your phone in your pocket or your bag, and have your phone projection come up. So very disappointing to me that you have to get a cable. I do have this little wireless box. I'll show it here in a little bit, that you can plug in and get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in a system that's wired. So let me cut to that coverage right here. This one's by Lux. I think it's probably supposed to just be pronounced Carlux. This is an example of a higher end wireless adapter for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can plug it in and then you could sort of route it under here or just leave it dangling, maybe run the cable, something. And after about 20 seconds or so, it's going to boot up and it's going to give me an interface that you can either use its built-in stuff with a hotspot or a SIM card, or you can use it for wireless phone projection. Now, this isn't a sponsored product. They essentially just sent it to me. I have others like this as well that you work better or worse. But you can see here it coming up, and then it gives you this whole Android-based interface that has a ton of applications built in. This is essentially just putting an Android tablet on your screen, so you can install even more apps. You can see it's got Netflix in here, etc., Hulu, and then you can click this and you have Android Auto, which is going to connect to my phone. Now, I don't do video sponsorships that I can't stand behind, so I don't know yet if I can recommend this CarLux system, because look at the resolution it has for Android Auto. And I tested this in my personal vehicle as well, and I had the same issue. I have not been able to figure out how to change this and make it a larger resolution. I've even dug into the Android settings on this box, and it hasn't changed, even though I've changed the screen density. So if I'm able to remedy that and get this working a little bit better, then I could more highly recommend it. Maybe I'll throw the link in the description if I remember, just so that you guys can check it out for yourself. But it's not a cheap product. I think this one's like $200. There are definitely other options I've used that are less expensive. I more just wanted to show it to you as an example of how you can get yourself boxes to remedy the no wireless phone projection. But either way, it's still a con for me that it doesn't come baked into the car that way. So as you can see, there are workarounds, but it would be nice to have it built in. And you also don't have a 3.5mm auxiliary input jack if you like doing it that way. Speaker locations. Now, as I said, this is an 8-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got sort of a mid-ranger woofer there, 1, tweeter 2, 3, 4 on the other side, and then in the back, 5 and 6, 7, 8 with that same setup. A little bit disappointing that we don't have any deck lid woofers, but I suppose that's what you get the Bose for. Now, just for kicks and giggles, let's see how the system handles 5.1 audio. I don't expect many people to be using it, but let's just see what we got. Unplayable file. So maybe we can't do FLAC files anyway. Nope. All right, so don't try playing FLAC files on your Civic Sport, and we won't be testing the 5.1. So with that, let's get out on the road. Whoa. Let's get out on the road. aside from putting out bass, this system actually does a pretty good job at replicating sounds and providing balanced music, even at louder volumes. I was expecting the system to fall on its face more during this song and the previous one than it actually did. In fact, so far, of all the songs we've used in this video, it was number 3, ChillShop, that actually disappointed me the most in the way that lower bass came through. So these next 2 tracks, we're going to turn the bass all the way up. I know it's not going to be pretty, but let's see what happens. Oh, are we missing? There we go. I guess our tracks are slightly out of order for this drive. Okay, yeah, we're getting some distortion there, some slap. Not terrible, but definitely doesn't sound good. Nothing there. Alright. I mean, like I said, the mid-ranges are there, the uppers are there, there's just nothing down low. Oh, that wasn't even with bass all the way up. I apologize. I thought I had rotated bass all the way up. You guys get the idea though. It was not going to do any better. We got a weird artifact happening with this one. My thoughts on the mid-level 8-speaker sound system here in the 25 Honda Civic. Again, and this isn't just because, oh, you only care about bass or anything like that. This system honestly does pretty well aside from the bass. And part of me almost wonders if Honda did that intentionally so that people could just throw a subwoofer in the back and have a pretty darn good sound system. I mean, you got tweeters up here in the A-pillars. You've got decent mid-rangers. They've used okay hardware and they've tuned it well. So it's just that the complete lack of low end. Now, if you get the Bose system, obviously they can throw a subwoofer in and remedy that. Where I wonder is how are you going to handle the tuning from the infotainment? Because it's not like you can just throw in a double-din system and retune the system. So I'm sure there are people who know. I just don't know. So all that being said, I was on the fence as to whether to give this a C or a D until I heard that third track, ChillShop. It's got to go in, objectively speaking, against all sound systems at a D+. It just is not even in the middle. It's definitely below. Before the price point for an entry-level sort of vehicle, not entry, but entry-level style vehicle, mid-trim, it's getting a B. It really isn't that bad, and I like listening to music in it in general, as long as it's not very bass-heavy sort of music. So, if you just need to get yourself into a car at this price point, this isn't that bad. But just know that if you care about music, you're going to want to be doing some sort of upgrade. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Civic, check the link below. We've got coverage of the Bose sound system in both the hatch and the sedan. We've got coverage of the various powertrains and, of course, this one. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from DM Sound, and as always, drive on.